Hi there again, everyone. Jeremy Miller, Pyra Consulting founder and CEO, back with another message for today's Inside the Staffing Business. And today's message is this: how do you know when you're ready to be a manager? Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This one's for you, Matt. Totally stole this from you. How do you know when you're ready to be a manager? This can be summed up in a short phrase: executive level management, otherwise known as executive courage. And the basic premise behind this is how you know when you're ready to be a manager is when you're ready to call out anything that you see done wrong. Do you have the gumption, the experience, the guts, the courage, the willingness to call out what you see done wrong around you? If you want to be a manager, this is the skill set that needs to be learned. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because this is not as easy as you think it would be. If you're the type of person like me where you're very opinionated and you already kind of process this and see stuff being done wrong, then you can understand how to execute this. However, it is not as easy to execute as you may think, because you have to be willing to piss people off. And sometimes that sounds fun, but you have to be willing to lose friends, to challenge people that don't want to be challenged, to be willing to have uncomfortable, awkward conversations, because the only way to lead with executive level courage is to call out everything that you see done wrong. Now, there's a lot of tact behind this, and that's not what we're talking about today. That's for another video. But for today, we're specifically talking about the skill set that it takes to be a manager. You have to be willing to sit down in front of all of your employees, the popular ones, the unpopular ones, the productive ones, the unproductive ones, and be willing to tell them exactly what they need to hear. And what they need to hear, is not normally what they want to hear. And you have to be the person who's willing to message that. Whether you rehearse it, whether you have it written out, whether you've gotten feedback from others as to how to deliver that, that's up to you. But the ability to be a manager, whether it be a middle level manager, an executive level manager, it is willingness to have the courage and the gumption, the fortitude and the follow through to be able to have the discussions with everybody in your organization or everybody in your department or whatever it may be, to be able to call them out to what they need to hear. I have recently had to call out my employees that are performing excellently, but they still have areas of improvement. Now, so do I, obviously. None of us are perfect. And that's kind of the idea behind this message, is that even when people are performing, you have to be the one to be able to see the weaknesses and the gaps and what they're doing and call them to something more. Or maybe they're actually performing extremely well and don't have massive gaps, but you know that they're capable of handling and being more. So maybe you're calling them out to be more, not necessarily to do more or to do something different. So being able to have executive level courage is not only the ability to do so, but it's the ability to see it and the ability to deliver it. So if you are presently not a manager and you want to become one, the best thing you can do is start to practice this. Take out the colleagues of yours that you see in your department that are dropping the ball in some capacity. Somebody who's showing up late, somebody who doesn't put in the extra effort, somebody who has the poor attitude, or whatever the situation is, and start practicing on them the ability to deliver those messages and how to call them to more. This is a challenge when you're not in a position of authority, but that is the skill set that you will need in order to thrive in a position of authority. So if you want to be a manager, act like it. And the way you act like it is to be able to call somebody out for what they're doing wrong, or to call them out for what they're capable of being by calling them out to be more. So process that for the weekend, and we will come back again on Monday with another message for Inside the Staffing Business with Pyra Consulting.
You just got done listening to Inside the Staffing Business with Pirate Consulting. Please check us out online via Facebook, LinkedIn, or our website at pirateconsulting.com. That's PIRA consulting.com.